Hey everybody, welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you could join me. Today I'm going to share with you a few projects that I am working on, and I have discovered where my missing knitting needles are. So this set that I got for my birthday back in January, you notice I've got 6 loops. Well, that's a size 8, it'd be 9, it'd be size 10, and size 11, I believe. I know where one of them is. Actually, I know where 2 of them are, but earlier this week, I only knew where 1 pair was. And I do have a pair in this project that I'm working on. This is the Mary Maxim Knit Club of the month. That's what I'm referring to as my newspaper shawl. I got it back in November of last year. It's just kind of been sitting here. I pick it up occasionally and work on it, but not a whole lot. It's starting to get a little big, so it's starting to get a little intimidating, but I will finish it. Can't take the needles out until I do. So that would be, I think, the size 11s. The size 8s, I could not remember where they were or what they were on or anything, but the other night when I was doing my reorganizing, I happened to find them back here in the basket of mess. And they were actually, and it's not the project that I currently have going, but I had a random project that I didn't want to finish, but it was using this Caron 1 pound. The sucker is huge and it is heavy, and I don't have the label on it anymore. I think it's sunflower, but it's Caron 1 pound. I don't know, but I decided to use that yarn, which it was already with it, with another project with these same size needles, and to knit a hat. Now this is not done in the round. As you can see, there is a gap, but I am knitting a flat hat using the size 8 needles from my interchangeable kit that I got. I must say, now this is only about 3 ounces, oh my goodness, 3 inches, I believe, about that last time I measured it. But I must say that the purl stitches for the ribbing was so much easier doing it flat than when I do it in the round. Interesting, I know. And it is giving me a chance to practice my purl stitch a whole lot more. Purl stitches always give me trouble sometimes, not always, but they're just, for me, they're just kind of awkward. But because every other row on this, since I'm working it flat, is a purl row, I get a whole row of knit and then a whole row of purl. So that's what I have. This is a flat hat. The only thing, and it's just going to be a normal standard size stocking hat like I always make. The only thing that concerns me at this point, which I've been watching videos on how to, is seaming it up. It should be okay. It shouldn't be too difficult. Now the other pair of knitting needles, I finally dawned on to me. If you remember, I showed you this bag the other day. It was hanging over on my whip holder thingy. It has my other pair of missing needles in it. It dawned on me today that that's where these are. So I've got the pattern and my little notebook here. And this is that Learn to Knit mini cowl that I started here a while back. I haven't done anything with it. It kind of got put aside when I decided to do the scrap hats. But here is my other pair of missing needles. I have now found all 3 sets, which I'm super excited. But yeah, super excited about this. I will finish it eventually. Sparkly. It is like a grapette, I think is what it is. It's a Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Sparkle or metallic. Yeah, grapette is what it is. So for now, this is going to go back in that bag. I will pick it back up eventually because I do want to finish it. I have plans for that. So that's in this bag. Now the other project that I have going is also another knit project, because during the week it's a little too warm for yarn because the way I wrap the yarn around my fingers to crochet, it's a little too warm for crochet. There we go. Because of the way I wrap the yarn around my fingers when I crochet it, my fingers are so hot and sticky, the yarn does not flow very well. So in this other bag, I have, if you remember this yarn, this is another, I love this yarn. It is a print. I do not have the ball band anymore, so I cannot remember what color it is. But I made one of those dragon scale dice bags out of this one. I made the bigger one. But I have enough, and I decided that I was going to make a hat with it because I was curious how the striping would be with knitting instead of crochet. Now this one is just a regular one on circular needles. I'm using the wooden ones that I have. But this is what I have on that so far. It's kind of striping how I expected it to. Kind of boring like, but it's going to spiral up. But that's okay. A lot of patterns and stuff do similar things like that. So these have been, these two hats anyway, have been the things that I've been working on for the first part of this week. However, since it's the weekend coming up and I will be sitting in air conditioning, that I might have the opportunity to do some crocheting or knitting, I decided I better put these back in my bag. These are the two yarns that I pulled out for my, it's kind of like chopped but with yarn challenge for my next hat. I have not even started on these. Like I said, it's been too warm. So I'm going to put these back into my bag so that I can work on them this weekend if I have a chance. Hopefully I have a new hat for you come the first part of next week and we can get started on our next one. So thank you guys for joining me here in the craft room, and I will see you right back here for my next video.